My husband always says that if a guy likes a girl, she'll know. He'll pursue her, he'll tell her. He said it really is that cut and dry. It doesn't take a lot of guesswork. She'll know beyond a shadow of a doubt that the guy is into her. Now, you guys remember that book, He's Just Not That Into You. It came out in 2004. It was later adapted in 2009 into a movie. I'm sure you guys remember. Anyway, the premise of that book was to tell its women readers that if a man in whom you are interested in is not making the effort to pursue you, he is simply just not that into you. Now, I've learned as women that it's easy for us to misinterpret behavior. That if a guy shows a little bit of interest, we pretty much, some of us, most of us, automatically think that he is, just so into us and more than likely going to make that next step or take that next step with us. And then, a few weeks, few months down the line, we are so much disappointed. And at the end of the day, we've probably compromised within the time we've spent with him. And, it's just a snowball tumbling down a hill, and eventually it just creates this big avalanche. But I found this article online, and I want you guys to dialogue with me today. So leave your comments on YouTube, on Facebook. I just want to know what you all think. Fellas, I want to hear from you also. How can a woman determine whether or not you are into her? So, number one, this article is called How to Tell He's Really Into You. Number one, he shows genuine interest. Number two, he calls more than text. Number three, he doesn't rush sex. Number four, he doesn't wait more than a day to call. Number five, he makes plans for the future. That's an article done this year on how to tell if a guy is really into you. Now, again, I just think this is interesting, and I want to be clear because as women, you have a choice in the matter also. The decision is not just his. So you should be determining also as to whether or not you are into him, not just whether or not he is into you. Okay? Let's not just be at the place where we are just wanting to be in a relationship that we're just waiting for him to make all the moves. Okay, we're not that desperate. We are secure, confident, beautiful women, and so I just want to make that clear. But today we are trying to make sure that we don't misinterpret behavior. And guys, please help us with this. When you're, if you're interested in us, or if you're interested, you know what, let me just dial back again. Guys, I want you to chime in now. And I think that there is the difference between you being interested in a lady, guys, and you being interested in her for the purposes of pursuing a relationship with her. Because if I'm not mistaken, you guys can be in a relationship or be interested in somebody rather, you can be interested in more than one somebody, okay, at the same time, but not really being interested in pursuing a relationship with that person. So I think that we can only look at whether or not we think the guy is interested in us. And usually, ladies, when we think a guy is interested in us, we're already talking to our girls, telling them just how much he's into us and what have you. And then 3 months from now, we are so disappointed because he was interested, but not interested enough to make a commitment. So I want us to kind of dialogue today. Leave your comments again on YouTube, on Facebook, wherever you see this posted, because I want to know how you determine as to whether or not a guy is really into you. And again, if he's not pursuing you, it might just be that he is not that into you, and it's okay. It's his loss. Chat with me today.